Oke, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is AIDIL RAHMAT. I want to tell you about 6 learning strategy. But first, let me Okay, the first method is reviewing well. Structure reviewing well. Reviewing in carefully spaced intervals. And the first class together and then more widely spaced apart. This strategy may start. For example, with a few 10 minutes and after that the initial learning, then 20 minutes later, an hour or 2 later, a day later, 2 days later, a week later, and so on. This is sometimes called spiraling because the learning keeps spiraling back to what has already been learned at the same time that he or she is learning new information. Okay, the second method, analyzing and reasoning. Number 1, reasoning deductively, using general rules and applying them to new target language situation. This is a top-down strategy leading from general to specific. And 2, analyzing expressions, determining the meaning of the new expression by breaking it down into parts, using the meanings of various parts to understand the meaning of the whole expression. 3, analyzing contrastively, comparing elements of the new language with elements of one's own language to determine similarities and differences. And the third one material is recognizing and using formulas and pattern. Recognizing and using routine formulas and the pattern in the target language greatly enhance the learner's comparison and the production. Example, this routines will help build self-confidence, increase understanding, and enhance fluency. Okay, number 4, material using music. This strategy is usable before any stressful language and task 5 or 10 minutes of shooting music in a calm learning and put them in a more positive mode than learning. The language teaching method now and Suggestopedia and based partly on the use of Baroque music to alter students' mood and mental status. The powerful, relaxing capabilities of the music cannot be denied in the language learning context. As an illustration of using music to relax, Flynn listens to his favorite, most upbeat country music before practicing Russian. Sarah relaxes with classical music before her German study sessions. Okay, and number 5, paying attention. deciding in the adverts to pay attention in general to the language learning task and ignore distractor and or to pay attention to specific aspect of the language or to situational detail.
Endingnya anjing.
Full one. Okay, and number 6, select the topic. When using this strategy, the learning choice the topic in the conversation. The reasons for this are the obvious. Learners want to make sure that the topic is one in which they are interested and for which they process the needed vocabulary and the interest. For example, Rashid, a learner of the English, is interested in the football and knows a lot about it, including usable terms. So he often directs conversation to this text. Marcelle is more comfortable discussing subjects like family, school, and the weather, and thus frequently and attempts to move the conversation toward this topic. Friend, this my material learning language strategy. Okay, see you.